103 S&S 2016 Road Glide. I've added the suspension. I've changed the geometry in the front end because Harley, of course, had 7 inches of trail, which is retarded, completely retarded. You only need 4 inches to 4.7, which I made a 4.7, which is the same as a Dyna, a stock Dyna S. And so we've done the handling of the motorcycle. Now we need to look at the engine and what we've done here. Okay, this is a stock 103. I've ran this stock 103 with a set of MR 103 cams, which are from S&S, and a tuner kit and our pipe. And I've run this bike. I can sustain 140 miles an hour on this bike if I want to. That's a stock engine, just with some cams and a tuner kit and a pipe. So let's talk about the pipe for a minute. Why did I make this pipe this way? Okay, we've got a stepped header system. What does that mean? What that means is the pipe starts out at 1.75 inches, steps up, right, to 1 7/8, and then once it steps up to 1 7/8, why do we step it up? The reason is, right here in the first 8 inches of the header pipe, if you just leave it 1 3/4, we're going to get reversion. By stepping it up to a larger diameter, it creates a vacuum right here in this part of the pipe. Why do we want to do that? Because on the valve overlap, we don't get reversion, meaning that the exhaust is getting sucked back into the combustion chamber when both valves are open at the same time for that split second. So we don't contaminate the fresh charge of atomized fuel and air in the engine as it's running. So now that we've created the vacuum here, we've got to go 2 pipes into one, and we're going down to a merge collector here. It's so important that the collector is made like this, where it's actually 2 pipes that have been cut and purge welded together. Purge welding means that there's argon filled in the pipe, so that when you weld it, there's no oxygen inside the pipe or on the outside through the gas shield. And the reason we don't want that in there, so it doesn't contaminate the weld and give you a crappy weld, basically, and oxidization. So then once we've made this true merge collector, it makes it very smooth for the 2 exhausts out of each pipe to converge and go into a much larger diameter through this muffler. When you do that, this merge collector can be the difference between 10 and 15 horsepower in your mid-range. It's huge. It's extremely important, along with the stepped header pipes. These are the things that make this pipe perform. I developed this pipe with the help of the engineers at Yoshimura MotoGP engineers, okay? They know what they're talking about. End of story. I don't really need to say much more about it, do I? I mean, seriously. This is a true blown, full performance pipe for mid-range horsepower. All motors get the same horsepower at the top end. All you need is 2 straight pipes. There's no reversion at 6,000 RPM in a V-twin. There's no reversion after 4,000, as a matter of fact, because of the timing and the speed in which everything's moving. It cuts out reversion all by itself. But in that mid-range, from the 2,000 or 1,500 RPMs through to 4,000, that's where we want the performance. That's what this is all about. Nice.